And welcome back. I'm Rita Cosby. Breaking this morning, Chinese state media are accusing the United States of sabotaging the Beijing Winter Olympics by encouraging other countries to join in the diplomatic boycott of the Games. According to reports, a U.S. embassy spokesman denied those claims. Well, joining me now, Washington editor of the Spectator, Amber Athey, and also along with Democratic strategist and former political director of Priorities USA, Kristal Knight. Ladies, great to have you here. I want to start with you, Kristal, because China is responsible for just horrible human rights violations. How important is it for countries to take a stand against China and the Uyghur genocide when it comes to the Games? Especially, you hear these horrible stories about organ harvesting and so many problems that are happening. Why not?
I think it's important that, other countries impose this diplomatic sanctions and not send diplomatic representatives. One, because it doesn't prevent athletes from participating in the Games. And I want to just state that any athlete from any country can still participate, and American athletes are going. But what it signals to China is that we do not agree with the way that you are handling your human rights issues in your country. You're, illegally detaining Muslims in a northwestern part of your country, and we don't agree with that. So why should we send representatives from our state or from our nation to be in support of these Winter Olympics when you're not handling your business at home at a proper level of approval that other countries are participating in? And so I think it's important that, countries are aligned in pushing back against these human rights abuses that China has a history of conducting against its own people.
Amber, isn't that a very soft answer, though? I mean, a diplomatic. What does that really teach China? I mean, it's not only human rights atrocities. China unleashed COVID-19 on the world. The world is, responding. The world's trying to get answers. They won't even let them into the lab, let alone the wet market. They won't let them in anywhere. Is this an appropriate response to just say, quote, a diplomatic, boycott?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, a diplomatic boycott is fairly toothless. It's more of a signal than anything else. And when you add on top of all of China's human rights abuses, they're also actively poking the bear while trying to host these Olympics. We've just learned in the past couple of days that the app that they're requiring all participants at the Olympics to use is tracking all kinds of audio, visual data that they are, of course, going to use to spy on the United States through their athletes. So they continue to try to escalate this situation. I think one of the obvious ways that the Biden administration could have hurt China more than a diplomatic boycott was urging U.S. companies not to advertise at the Olympics. The Olympics are a huge moneymaker for any country that hosts them. And so taking away some of that profit incentive, I think, would have been a much better way to hold China accountable and hit them where it hurts, in addition to the diplomatic boycott, and it still wouldn't have punished the athletes, as Kristal noted.
That's a great point. Kristal, why not hit them where it hurts in the pocketbook? And some of the hypocrisy of so many of these companies, and I even think about the NBA. The NBA, there's only one or two of the players, Inez Cantor Freedom, who has the guts to basically stand up to China. Everybody else is kind of turning a blind eye. Come on.
Yeah, I think that that's a great suggestion with the boycotting of advertising dollars. But we also have to remember that this is a very capitalistic society that we live in, and people don't want to, lose money behind said abuses. And that's unfortunate.
But what about standing on principle, Kristal? That's sellout. That's called a sellout.
I agree. And I think I think every corporation who claims to, be a sphere of democracy and, be a member of the American public and government, they should, withdraw their fundraising, or not fundraising, but their sponsorship dollars for the Olympic Games. So it's a matter of what are the values of each of these individual companies, and really, do they value human rights issues as much as they say that they do? And if they do, why hasn't the government backed them in pulling out advertising dollars?
Well, you're absolutely right. A lot of stuff should happen, and I think we should be sending a stronger message. I'm glad we all agree on that. Amber, Kristal, thank you both very much for being here this morning. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.